We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Green Bay Packers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
A guy coming off a career high in rushing yards last year. Here's Aaron Jones.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
The Packers at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 4.
To throw now, here's Love.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. And you look at this Saints defense.
They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
Ready? Working out of the gun. Love. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage. This time a sack.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. For a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Carr.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game.
Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it.
And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set them back on 2nd.
Here we go.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing. Love. Rolling to his right.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And got his man complete.
down to the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Second and a couple. In his 7th season now, here's Alvin Kamara. Through the middle of the field. Alvin Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints strike quickly here to tie up the ball game.
They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he's in for 2. The fake works, and they take the lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Christian Watson, the man he was looking for. But it's going to be 2nd down.
And you look at the Saints defense.
They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that, though.
Love going to give this one to Jones.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
48 yards on the ground for him so far. This defense for the Saints, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. To pass, here's Jordan Love. This one swung out here to Jones. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 36. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Love now to pass on first down. Man open, here's Jones. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Give him 32 on the play. Jones will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Drill 52, blaster 6. Slide 2. Dog red. Red cycle. 10.
Now Love. Flush to his right. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are once again back in front. Carlson's extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 5. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is
in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They got the fumble recovery. Now here's Love to pass. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Now he'll let it go deep right side.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, and that's kind of how it's gone for him so far. That was a ball they need to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he let his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Carr. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Into the red zone, it's Carr. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Quay Walker came through to make the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Saints have got it back to within a score.
Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Flushed out right. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Nixon now from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side. And all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Ready.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Love looking to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Love. Sliding out of the pocket. Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Jones with a 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Carlson's extra point up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Carr now on 1st down.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He lets it go deep for Olave. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A misconnection there, and he's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Carr to throw again, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A running room for Kamara on first down as he takes this forward. It's a gain of 7 there on first down. 2nd and 3 coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. In as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. From midfield, here's Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Carr. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air. So now,
well, this is taken in. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That goes for a gain of 31. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Black Ultra. Edo Blue. Set.
Now a 2nd down throw for Love here.
a short throw to Musgrave.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
And a good 1st down there by Musgrave, who at pick 42 was the earliest Green Bay had drafted a tight end in over 20 years. With his rare size speed combo, he was more than worthy of the pick and being a focal point of this offense.
There he goes again.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Aaron Jones on his
his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
And Shaheed going to go in motion.
Throwing on first down is Carr.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
Now 2nd and 3.
Carr. And Carr gives himself up, but not before he picks up a first down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Picked off by Anthony Brown.
And the Packers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Okay, now. Ultra. Go ultra. Hut, hut.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide-open receiver.
Again, it's Carr. Now he'll go deep down the middle. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
On second down, Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Throwing his Carr on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Carr to throw for it on fourth down. He's got his target. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On first down, Carr. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
This is caught. Touchdown. Juwan Johnson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Play action this time with Love. Now swing pass for Dillon. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Second down and a yard. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Play fake. Here's Love. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter. They run with Jones on first down, but he'll struggle here just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Love. This will be caught inside the 10. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones, 26 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. The Packer offense and Jordan Love staying out there, so they're going to try to go for 2.
Hey, green. Black shot.
And someone a little too eager to block this extra point. Henceforth, the flag. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Green jack.
Love throwing for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
On second down, here's Carr. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing in the coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Carr going to go on 4th down. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kamara. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Following the interception, Love. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Love now on 2nd down. They'll roll him out right. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
On 3rd down, Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 44 yards. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter. And he is going to lose yardage here. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Off the play fake, Love. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Touchdown! Jaden Reed from 21 yards away. And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Carlson's extra point up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Flush to pressure, gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. It got his man complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 43 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Shotgun now for Carr.
He lets it go deep for Olave.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 11. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And that will be incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
On the set.
Now a first down carry by Jones.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Set.
They'll go again to Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's a give to Jones running left. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first.
107 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the